And, you know, it means for the long run. So we're in it from when we started. We made that conscious decision to start this journey, and it just keeps going. So it doesn't mean that we're only going to be doing this for a short amount of time. We can't mess up. You can mess up. You can fall off the wagon. Maybe you don't stay on your routine. The worst thing you can do when that happens, though, is beat yourself up mentally. And then that's just discouraging yourself from getting back on. And I know I can be pretty hard on myself. I think we all can. But at the end of the day, if you let yourself have those moments of just being a human, you'll want to keep going with what makes you feel good. You know?
Absolutely. I think especially with the kind of the delicate situation that we as a society have been through for the past like almost going on 3 years. And that, you know, I think a lot of people need to hear those words, Emma, and that, you know, I think a lot of people had disruption in their lives and their routines, and we're not calling anybody out. If you're still off your routine, that's okay. You know, you do you take care of yourself, and, you know, you come back to it when you're ready. But like she said, it's a journey. It's in it for the long haul. Honestly, in the human lifespan, 2 to 3 years is nothing. So please don't beat yourself up. Please don't feel like you've lost out on so much progress. If you've been on a long journey and you feel that now everything is gone, just know that it'll get easier to get back into it. So again, just not beating yourself up about it. I know that sounds absolutely impossible, but it's so true. It's so true. This is just one small little blip on the radar, and you'll be able to find your space again, find your groove again. And, you know, sometimes our journeys need those breaks. So whether you wanted it or not, just try to think of all the good things that will come out of it. So don't beat yourself up about it.
I love that you say that. And, you know, I wish I heard those words a long time ago. I remember, like, here's an example to make anybody feel better. I was probably like sat out of the game for like 2 years with like some pretty chronic issues. And again, that's like me referring back to things like, I don't know why this is happening to me. And I came back after that time of being like kind of down and out. I'm like, okay, I also reframed my mindset, and I was shifting things around, like, okay, well, this approach to fitness and wellness is not sustainable. I came back with a better way, a better appreciation for like what your body can do for you if you work with it. So if it means taking off 2 years to establish that connection with your mind and relationship with yourself, I think that's way more important than struggling through a workout that you don't want to do. You're not there mentally. You know, I don't think it should be that. So it takes what it takes. That's one of my favorite quotes. It takes what it takes.
That's a good one. Words that I will need to start implementing and living by. So that's my takeaway nugget for today is it takes what it takes.
I love that. Here's a little plug for somebody that I look up to, Vernon Griffith. He spoke at one of the Exo Summits, and great coach. And he says that a lot. And so I take that to heart and I live by it too. Because I'm like, whatever that can mean anything. It just apply it to the person in the context that they're going through right now. So yeah, I love that. I'm happy I could share that with you. Well, I love that. And that kind of ties into what I want to talk about. One of the things I want to talk about is just kind of already in the mindset topic. But I want to dig deeper into mindset and like talking about motivation, because now we're running into third month of the year, like New Year excitement's kind of dwindling down. So now it's like, all right, time to do a self check-in. Like, what even is motivation? You know, that word is thrown around so much. So I want to ask you, like, what are your thoughts on motivation?
Sure. If we're doing a kind of a quick what comes to mind, motivation to me seems very fleeting. And we are having a more of these conversations, both within the industry and then the people that we work with, kind of discussing motivation and discipline. But I think the reality kind of falls between the two, because people see discipline as too strict, but the reality is that we need to be more flexible with ourselves. And so motivation, yes, can carry us so far, but motivation, I think of something as very short term. And as we've already referenced, a journey is so much longer than that. And so it's okay to have motivation, but you also need to be very real with yourself that your motivation is going to peak and it's going to wane. And so you need to be prepared to have those conversations, those heart to hearts of like, okay, well, why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? Why am I doing it? And then, really breaking down, is that what I need to be doing right now? And so that's the other thing, is that, in a multifaceted approach on a journey, there's so many factors in play that, your motivation, your discipline, your drive, your why is a small part of that. But it is so influenced by so many other things. It's influenced by what kind of stress we have going on in our lives, time of year, how your body's feeling, how you are feeling mentally and emotionally, that aspect of mindset as well. All of those things play into your motivation. So just know that it is something that it happens for all of us. It comes and goes, but we try to encourage to our clients, to our members, that it's honestly the day-to-day repetition is what really gets us and carries us forward. Is that, you can't do anything about yesterday or the past week, but what you can do is you can take a look at the next 24 hours and just see, what can I do? I don't need to do everything in the next 24 hours. Maybe I can just focus on, I'm going to drink more water in the next 24 hours. That's great. That is a step forward for progress. It is a step of improvement. And so that's really the true secret here, is that just honestly doing the simple things savagely well is something we talk about a lot in our Team Exos ideology, is that it's not any crazy diet. It's not crazy recovery treatments. It's not bougie subscription services. It is just nailing those simple things day after day. And even if we can just get one thing done, one aspect, that is still a step forward, a step progress made. So again, just know that focus on the day-to-day, and that's what's going to carry you forward, is those little day-to-day tasks, objectives, yes, goals, whatever words you want to call them, habits, anything like that. Just repeat it day after day. Repeat what you can day after day, and know that, you're not going to be able to repeat everything day after day. But if you can just nail a couple of things, if you can even just nail one thing a day, it's still going to do so much for you. It's going to carry you so much further.
I love that. Well said, Mary. Well said. I love how you use the word fleeting. Motivation is fleeting, because I actually describe it that way as well. And like you're saying, the power of building habits. Like, for example, it can be as small as making your bed. I read, or there was like a speech about, was a military guy who makes his bed every day. So I actually make my bed every single day before I do anything. And that's how I know I can start my day. But like that, it's just a habit. It's like an innate sense. Like, I have to do this. Like, it's just a part of my biology at this point. Like, it's just ingrained. And so that's how doing healthy things for yourself over time will become just so innate. It's just making sure you have like those 4 buckets of, is it mindset, nutrition, movement, recovery. Make sure you have those buckets available. So we all have those buckets. Just put a little bit in, at least each day, or focus on one, but make sure you have like a level amount over time. And I like to compartmentalize stuff like that sometimes, just to keep it, if you're a visual person, put it on like a board or put it on a sticky note, whatever you need to do to like have that. constant reminder to just do something for yourself and put something in the bucket. And so, yeah, just stuff like that over time is definitely going to, again, become part of your biology instead of that short little moment of motivation, which for me, that's like, oh, I'm motivated to clean my house. I'm going to clean my house and like go down that rabbit hole. But then it comes down to like, I'm not always motivated to work out, but then there's that other fine line of like, okay, is my mind so much not in it that if I go, it's just going to be like better if I didn't go? Like there's a true differentiation between showing up and like doing what I can do today, or if my body is just not in it. If my body and mind's not in it, I'm not going to go. And I think that's something really important for people to realize is that's gosh, what's the word? It's not motivation, discipline. That's discipline. is really trying to learn and like fine tune and listen to your body. Like, okay, am I like sore? Am I really, can I not do the work, or am I just needing to go show up and do what I can do today? So that's my little bit on motivation and discipline.
Yeah, I want to piggyback one more thing, Emma. So
Please.
Earlier you mentioned about self-reflection. So on a journey, on a longer journey, that people need those moments of self-reflection. And that was a great example of what you were referring to, is that having that awareness, having that emotional intelligence of understanding what do I really need in this moment, and will doing A, B, or C help me or hinder me?
Yeah.
So that is something like, it's a large part of the journey is personal discovery. And so there are sometimes, we can make suggestions, but ultimately you are going to be the one who has to determine what is good for yourself. And that's where that self-reflection plays a huge, huge part for people.
Self-discovery.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a great term that I've never used. I love that.
Use it more.
I am. I'm going to write that down. Like,